YouTube, welcome to my channel, man. As many as you know, I am Jedi Wright, artist slash actor, whatever I do. You know, I've got acting roles in a couple of videos. I got a couple movie roles, but really just rapper and, father. A lot of people want me to start doing vlogs on my prison sentence and why I went to prison. So I'm going to speak a little bit on that and give you some ins and outs of the penitentiary and stuff like that. So what I went to prison for was aggravated robbery, which is the F1, and in Ohio it carries. When I was locked up, it carried 4 to 10. So I took my first original charges was 2 aggravated robberies, 2 gun specifications, which is 3 years apiece back when I had them, and intimidation of a crime victim or witness. My first deal they gave me was 15 years. I pled not guilty. I didn't take the deal. I had an attorney. I felt that wasn't really trying to fight for my freedom. Now, mind you, this is my first charge ever. I was never in trouble before this. So 15 years for never being in trouble, never getting caught. Of course, I've done dirt. I've done a lot of stuff that I regret. But, you live and you learn as you grow up. So my first deal was 15 years. I didn't take it. We ended up hiring an attorney. My mom did, and my stepdad at the time. We ended up hiring an attorney, and a good attorney is what they said. And he got the prosecutor down to 6 years mandatory. I still didn't feel comfortable doing 6 years because in the crime that I committed and all that, nobody got hurt. Nothing happened to the victims. Nobody got hurt, It was an aggravated robbery because there was a gun. But I didn't feel comfortable doing 6 years for something that nobody got hurt for. And I showed a lot of remorse towards the situation. So we ended up not taking that deal. The second deal was 5 years, mandatory 3 or 4. I didn't feel comfortable taking that. The last deal right before trial they offered me was 4 years, open plea agreement between anything from 3 to 10 years. 3 to 10 years, that means they could give me 3, they could give me 10. But my attorney had promised probation to my mom. Now, they're not supposed to promise you nothing, and when they ask you in court, your attorney will tell you that you haven't been promised anything and tell them that. It's a twisted system, man. So we took the open plea agreement. My mom's thinking I'm coming home on probation, program. First time in trouble. She's thinking I'm good. But at the end of the day, I go up there and the judge gives me 4 years. First time in trouble. My baby mom loses it. My mom screams out, "This is bullshit." Storms out the courtroom. Next thing I know, I'm getting ready to go to the penitentiary. This is when I was just turned 20. Just had my child, Kyra, and was really wasn't a man yet, you know what I'm saying? So I'm waiting to go to the penitentiary. The first place I go is CRC, which is by Orient. It's in Orient, Ohio. It's a reception center. And let me tell you, man, as soon as you pull up, you see all the razor wire, and you see, you got these random people with you that's, first timers, people that's been back several times, and you're scared a little bit, I was scared a little bit. As soon as you go in there, you got to bend over, cavity search, flashlight right in your ass, damn near, dude's in there. Dude's been doing this for 20 years. He's in there looking, making sure you're cool. Boom, you get your blues, and then they stamp your hand, man, right here. I'll never forget it. That's when I became property of the state. They stamp your hand, man. A612777 was my number. So you go to CRC, chill out in R Block for like 3-4 days, maybe a week. Then you go to like A1 or something like that. And you're not at CRC very long if you got time. I was sitting here wondering where I was going to go. Everybody was telling me Noble. Some people told me Lancaster. They ended up sending me to Lebanon Penitentiary, which is a level 3 and one of the worst level 3s in Ohio. The CRs there actually carry sticks and all that. So I went there to Lebanon. Before I even got off the bus, they're trying to probate me for the bros, for the ABs, and I just wasn't feeling it because I'm from the east side, but I kick it with a lot of black people, a lot of black dudes, and I'm not racist, you know what I'm saying? So I wasn't down with it. I had people that was all good and all that, but I didn't, I wasn't on it, so didn't join up. Well, I get in there. First day I'm in there, I'm fighting over the telephone. I'm fighting over the phone already my first day. And after that, couple more fights. You know, got into it with some other people over small things, minor things. People mad, jealous. We was getting money. And Lebanon, man, all I could say about that penitentiary, man, is it's one of the worst experiences of my life as far as inhumane conditions. A small cell, 2-man cells, man, roaches in your cell, mice everywhere. They're getting in your commissary and everything. It's just a terrible experience, man. 3-man showers, so 3 in, 3 out. So you're just no dividers or nothing. You're just all naked next to each other. 3 dudes. Locked down a lot. I got a porter job, fortunately. Me and my cousin Dano. Shout out my cousin Dano. Free him right now. He's doing a bit. But the shower, just everything about this place was terrible, man. Thank God I ended up getting into it with somebody and they wrote me out. They wrote me to Mansfield Correctional, which was a lot better, a lot cleaner. A lot of gang violence as well. A lot of heartless felons down there. I rocked with a lot of them because I knew them from Leb, and didn't really have many problems at Mansfield. I got in a fight with a couple off-brand gangs and stuff, and after that it was pretty much a smooth bid. But I got out of prison in 2015. I did 4 years. Every time I filed for my judicial release, I got denied, so I never got my judicial release, which, sucks because we paid extra money for that, never got it. So I get out, boom. My first 2 years, I've been on parole now for 5 years. I don't tell anybody when I get off, but first couple years was shaky for me, man, getting back out of the penitentiary and hopping right back in the streets. All my brothers that I know and that I love all went back to the penitentiary, and I was the only one that was out here, but I was still doing the same stuff I was doing before I went in. Dropping dirty urines, getting sanctions, you know what I mean? And almost risking it to go right back to prison when I got out. And I would have did at least 2 years in sanctions. So I eventually manned up and thought about my kids first. And when I did that, I changed my life. I quit. I got out the streets. I quit selling dope. I quit using dope. Whatever I was doing, I quit it. I just didn't want to be in the streets no more. I finally made a change. And I wanted to make sure that my kids had a father in their life, because I never had a father growing up, unfortunately. I always had my mother, and I love my mama to death. And I didn't want to let her down no more, as well as my kids and as well as people that looked up to me. I got a lot of kids that look up to me and a lot of solid people to look up to me. All my brothers in the joint, you know what I mean? They live through me out here. For all my brothers, man, I got so many brothers locked up right now. I'm out here by myself damn near, but I'm going to keep pushing. But I finally got out. I started the big, against the big heroin epidemic in our city. I started doing rallies. I started doing free shows. I started just everything. I revolved my whole life around getting clean and helping people out, feeding the homeless, and just try to change my whole life, man, because I wanted to give back because I've took so much for granted and took so many chances and done stupid stuff. I wanted to give back to the community, and not just do it like a lot of people say, oh, you do stuff on the camera. Listen, man, I have a lot of young people that follow me. And you can comment on the section you want below and ask and just see. I have a lot of young people that look up to me, man. If they see me doing stuff, they see me feeding the homeless, giving back to the community, they're going to want to do the same thing. So I hate hearing, oh, it's recorded, there's no meaning behind it. That's dumb, man. There's meaning behind it at all. It doesn't matter if it's recorded or not. The fact is you're giving back. Just like the tornado that just happened in our city. People were saying people was clout chasing because there's a big tornado. Everything was wrecked. I went out there on foot and was handing food out, doing everything I could to give back, man, because that's what you're supposed to do as a human being. Showing others how to do good is not a bad thing. So I don't know when this generation made it a bad thing to look out and record your deeds for people, because it's really not. I don't get paid for that. I don't get paid for any of that. You know what I'm saying? So I finally got out of the streets and did all that, man. And ever since then, I've just, I work at an addiction clinic. And ever since then, I've just been wanting to, drugs have taken so much stuff from me, as well as my freedom and everything else, man. So I just wanted to give back. I've been out of prison for almost 5 years now. I've been staying out of trouble, being a father and really chasing this rap stuff because everybody said I'm going to make it. So, and I believe it. I always chase the streets instead of music. I should have been chasing music instead of the streets. I probably would have already been made it by now. But I want to tell everybody, do not give up on your dreams, man. You know, don't ever give up on your dreams. Always pursue your dreams. Anything's possible as long as you put your mind to it. People was for sure I was going back to the penitentiary. We don't have a very good success rate out here of staying out of trouble. But I made sure myself I was not going to go back to prison. I wanted to make sure I was going to stay out and do good by my children. I grew up without a father damn near my whole life. I met my dad when I was about 18. And, and shout out to my dad. There ain't no hard feelings or nothing. Some things just happen. But I refuse to be a bad father. And I have 2 beautiful kids, a 9-year-old and a 1.5-year-old that I love dearly and that I'll die for. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people will see me, and I got a lot of hate, man. A lot of people see my appearance. I'm tatted from my neck down, man, to my toes. A lot of people see my appearance and assume I'm just the same old J-Dot, man. I'm not. I literally changed my life around to show others it's possible. All my brothers in a joint, I'm trying to show them it's possible. I have an F1 conviction on my record. I'm a felon. Never can have a gun. Nothing. Any of that. And it's scary because you can't have a gun and you're a felon. And that means that your life is at risk. If something comes down to it, you can't protect yourself if they have a pistol. And that's just another thing I don't feel that's right. I don't feel it's right that you can do that. Just because somebody's a felon, you take away their right to bear arms. It's not right. But, yeah, I just wanted to make a little video, man. I'm going to start doing more penitentiary videos as far as experiences. Maybe make some breaks for y'all. We actually make breaks out here, me and my brother Soda, and they sell. They actually sell. People buy them. Pizza breaks, burrito breaks, whatever. That's what I'm saying. Anything is possible, man. Chase it. As far as music-wise, I'm trying to, get a feature with Jelly Roll here soon. Struggle Jennings. That's the lane I think I want to chase. I make real life music, man. If you've heard my music, it's real life. There's nothing fake about it. Everything I've said I've done, or it's been done, or it's in my past. I'm just trying to make a way out. I'm trying to let everybody know it's possible. For everybody that supports me, I appreciate you, man. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all to death. Y'all make me who I am, and y'all make me keep grinding. My children and everything. So I just want to give a salute to my supporters. We're going to keep growing. The channel's going to keep growing. I just got to get the watch hours to get monetized, and it's going to come because I know I got faithful fans. And shout out to Death from 23-1. Shout out to Street Beast. Shout out to Mighty Mouse. Everybody, Chronicles, Manny Quackiao Chronicles, I forget his channel name, but shout out to him. And shout out to everybody that supports me, man. I appreciate y'all. Keep watching because we're coming. More content's dropping. I'm going to start doing vlogs and all that and everything, performances, all that, man. So, appreciate y'all, man. East Side, man. J-Dot, man. Much love, bro. Dayton, Ohio, stand up. Long live Lansky, man. R.I.P. Kenny Bass, RPPC. Much love.